Hello and welcome to this webinar with MBL. Thank you very much for joining me. And as you know, today's webinar is all about pre-employment checks for potential new employees and how to get it right. So just reminding ourselves of the course aims, which is a repeat really of what's on the website. We're going to look at the purpose of pre-employment screening and the limits to what we can achieve and perhaps what we can't achieve. And so setting those expectations, both for ourselves and perhaps for our managers if we work in HR. And then some of the things that we can do. So looking at social media activity, a little bit about the right to work in the UK, references that you may or may not be taking up from past or current employers, and then personal or character references that you might also take up. A little bit about qualifications, pre-employment health screening and occupational health reports, the employee's rights under the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act, and a little bit about basic criminal records checks and BBS checks. I'm not going to do too much on those because my viewers today are unlikely to fall into the category of employer that has to take up those for legal reasons, but I will brush on those and some other checks that we may be tempted to do. So as an employer, we are, of course, always looking for best people that we can possibly find to come and work for us. And we're always looking, aren't we, for the perfect employee. So we want our employees to start and show us excellent performance with the potential to grow, because sometimes we're recruiting people with the potential, aren't we, rather than because they're already made employee. We don't want any conduct issues with our new employees. We want them to attend regularly, as long as we've made reasonable adjustments. We want them to have the right attitude, to be flexible, to help out, stay late, all those things. And we're going to look at to what extent doing pre-employment checks might help us find out a little bit more about our employees than perhaps we know at the moment, but also consider which things really is going to be very difficult for us to try and find anything out about. And to some extent, as we know, taking on an employee is a leap of faith, isn't it? So we've interviewed person, taken on, done all the checks that we can. And as long as we know that we've done our best, then we just have to hope that things are going to work out. But we are going to consider putting in place some checks that minimise the risk of getting it wrong.